This video right here is just kind of me explaining why I plant the way I plant. I plant my fruit trees 52 inches apart from trunk to trunk. So from that trunk to this trunk, 52 inches. From this trunk over here to this trunk, which would be widthways, that is 6 feet. 6 feet from my walkway, and then just 52 inches between trees. And the cool thing about that is, as you can see right here, I don't know if you can pick up too much, you see that shadow coming from this tree? It shades this tree's roots right here, and it keeps it cooler. And I also put clover in between here, which you can see the clovers are getting pretty high. And that clover, it gives me nitrogen for the soil, which produces growth for the trees. I also put some buckwheat in here, but that's a little bit later, so the buckwheat will be coming up here pretty soon. I think if I walk through the orchard here, you'll be able to see some that came up over here. And the buckwheat produces phosphorus, which produces fruiting wood and stimulates the roots for the trees. I believe that's a little one right there. I know I've got some over here. Right there, that's definitely a little buckwheat. And get rid of a piece of grass right there. And there's another little guy. And also, what I like about it is it is the same thing here for the back. So in the back you can see, right here I pretty much have nothing. I've got a little blackberry right here, and I got my blueberry cage right there, and I've got another blackberry right over here. It's right there. But once you come over here, you'll see these right here are blueberries, and you can see the blueberries. This one's fixing to come out in flower, and this one is out in flower. And you can kind of just see right here, this right here is a peach tree, this right here is a blueberry, and they're all just growing into each other right there. Kind of steal the light from the weeds so the weeds don't really grow. You can see right there I got a couple weeds in there, but for the most part it's just growing too much and it suppresses the weeds, so the weeds can't do anything. As you can see, the new orchard over there, that is not quite the same setup right now. Maybe eventually, but it's a lot of work to get to this point. But the way I grow right there, everything just kind of helps each other out. As long as I water enough, everything should be pretty much self-sustaining. The blueberries, everybody says you gotta put them in peat moss to have them grow, and you gotta keep acidic soil. These ones, no, I plant them straight in the soil. I do give them like an acidic fertilizer, but other than that, they're planted right in the clay, which the clay is supposed to be alkaline. So really, they shouldn't be doing this well, and they are. So that's good. I mean, they're doing a lot better than these other blueberries right here. Because also another thing I noticed with the blueberries is they like the shade too. So like these little guys right here, they get full sun without the shade of any trees, because the trees right next to them are just little bitty. And so they're just kind of struggling a little bit. And also the cool part about the way I've done this with the soil and stuff, I've mulched it right here. I got some weeds right here. But on the other side right here, I just went over the other side. And I'll tell you, that is not pretty back there. You can see there's mesquites all over the place out there. So you have broken thorns and stuff, and that's pretty much what this yard was like when I first got it. But through a little bit of work, kind of cleaned it up, and slowly, about 4 years later, 3 for most of it, this is what I got right here. And if I want to show off a little bit of the fruit, I do have this guy right here. He's got quite a few fruit on him. And this guy right here has some fruit on him. And this one here has some fruit. And so does that guy right there. I don't know if you can see him. This guy has a ton of fruit. This guy didn't have any. And that guy's got a bunch of fruit. And right now, it's peach season. Or the start of it for me. And this guy, we've been eating peaches off him. These are extremely juicy and pretty good. And you can see that one has fruit too. We use the bags to cover up to protect from bugs and birds, because they seem to enjoy a nice piece of fruit also. How cool is that? That should help out midsummer and stuff when the heat gets really hot. The roots should be well shaded, so it should continue to grow as long as I keep enough water on them. And yeah, they're a little close together, but I really don't mind that. I'm gonna keep them just out of the walkway here. You know, just give myself enough room to walk down the middle, and then I'll just kind of keep them trimmed from growing into each other. You can see, I mean, they're really not much problem. I mean, I can come in here and cut that right there, but for the most part, they're doing pretty good. I'm sure here, probably later this year to next year, I'll have a little bit of trouble with them growing down the main aisleway and growing into each other, but for right now, it's working pretty good. Till next time.